Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we are reviewing Way of the Hunter. Yeah, this game is coming out here pretty soon. You should be able to, well actually this game's coming out on the 16th. So it will be, it'll be ready to go for you on the 16th. So what I wanted to talk to you about was when I first uploaded, when we first started watching the video, the first four pictures, that is performance mode and quality mode. Starting with quality mode and then performance mode. All the footage you're seeing right now is all in performance mode, which this game is pretty interesting. Very interesting when it comes to performance. So we're going to talk about performance just here for a few minutes. In the quality mode, it is unlocked frame rate up to 60 frames a second. It probably could go over that, but I mean, what I'm getting is usually right around 40. Lowest I'm getting is like 40 up to 60 frames a second. Which is really good. I mean, if you have a VRR, this review is Xbox Series X and S. So if you have VRR, you will be able to get a pretty stable image for that, and it feels pretty good actually. The performance mode. This is where things get really interesting, because you would think that it would just be, like 60 frames a second, but no, this thing goes all the way up to 120 frames a second. And if you remember by looking at those pictures, rewind it a few times if you have to, you can see the stuff that they take out. You got like way better shadowing in quality mode, you have better draw distance, you have just like some things that are like, it definitely enhances the image quality a lot. And this game looks incredible on a 4K screen, and it looks even better when you're playing on a 1440p screen with it being downsampled. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, all of the footage that you're seeing right now is 100% in the performance mode. So as you can see, like what you're seeing is, I mean, this looks pretty good. Like, this looks pretty incredible. But you are getting, if you have the VRR enabled, you are getting, the 100 and up to 120 hertz. But if you don't have VRR, here's the thing, man. If you don't have VRR support, it's not unplayable at all by any means. Like, it feels fine, but it feels like you're dropping frames, but you're really not. I mean, you are dropping frames, but they're in performance mode. They're over 60 anyways, so it's like, okay, you're dropping some frames. You're not getting any screen tearing, which is pretty cool. You're not getting the screen tearing, and in the other mode, the quality mode, it still plays pretty decently, but it kind of feels like you're. I mean, because that ranges so much. Like, you could be standing there and it'll be like 60. I mean, as long as you're walking straight, it's never a problem. Aiming, any of that kind of stuff, not really a problem. But I mean, it is going to probably turn people the wrong way a little bit. Like, I don't necessarily think too much, because this game here obviously is going to get optimized, and once you see just how beautiful the image is in quality mode, and then you switch it back to performance mode, and you like look back and forth, it's just going to be up to your personal preference what you want. Even the performance mode, it still kind of feels a little wavy, but it doesn't feel as heavy in the motion when you're using the controller. So as far as visuals go, it looks like it's running, both modes are running at 4K. Like, they're both really sharp, really clean on a 4K screen, and on the 1440p monitor. The Xbox Series S version is pretty much the same way. We're just going to touch on the Series S. You do get both modes, quality and performance, and again, same thing. Up to 60 frames a second with the quality mode, and up to 120 frames a second in the performance mode. It hovers around 80-ish, 80 to 90. on the Series S, whereas the Xbox is pretty much close to the 120 most of the time. Probably like 110 frames a second, but yeah, the Series S is about 20 frames per second lower on average than the Xbox Series X version. And both of them with VRR, literally incredible. If you have VRR, this is an incredible game for it. It feels a lot better. It would be nice if they could optimize it more, but at the same time, I look and after all this time I've been playing and stuff, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, gosh dang, man, like, hopefully they can optimize it without stripping anything else out of it visually. That would be awesome, but just the fact that you have unlocked frame rates is pretty cool. Like, I do like that. I feel like as more people adopt a VRR screen, they will tend to appreciate what we are getting right now with these unlocked frame rates, because they're amazing. They're literally amazing. I love it. Look at this beautiful, beautiful game. So, the closest competition to this game would be Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild and this are both extremely beautiful games. Way of the Hunter does have more of a gamey look, a lot more often than Call of the Wild does, but nothing too dramatic to where you're like, oh my gosh, this game is ugly. You'll be just fine playing with this game. It looks incredible. The gameplay systems in this is the thing, man. This game is a lot different than that. Now, I don't have a whole lot of experience with these hunting games. This is literally the second one I've played. But I love them. I love these games. Like, I get in here and I play them for hours. I literally recorded 5 hours of footage while I was playing this the other day, and didn't even realize how much footage I was recording. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to stop. Everything I'm showing you is in the very beginning stage, very beginning place. I didn't want to overexpoil anything too much. The two pictures are a little bit later into the game, different place of the map. So those two pictures are the only things that I showed you that are not generally in this little thing. So basically, what the images and the footage that you've been seeing so far has been snippets. Like, I cut snippets out to kind of just show you things that I kind of wanted to see. What we're learning, as you'll see, like, going through this game, the settings, the systems, so you can set this game at Explorer mode, and that kind of makes it a little bit easier to play. You can crank the difficulty up, and it makes it a lot harder.
Now I know
the hunting in this game
I can return another time.
is pretty good. It's not really hand-holdy or anything like that. I mean, like, you can make this game as difficult as you want, or you can make it, kind of easy or whatever. You'll have this thing, like, right, you'll see, down at the left corner of the screen, you'll see, like, the hunter sense or whatever. You can click that in, but you have to stop. You have to not be moving, and then it'll, like, make like feet prints and, like droppings and stuff like that glow, like blood spatter, stuff like that. It'll make those things glow so you can go walk over to them. Or you could just not use that, and you can try to find the blood trail yourself. I did that with this this deer that I popped. Man, I followed that thing for a long time before I even really tried. And this right here is your hunter sense. Like, you can see, like, the little things glowing up there in the bushes and the trees and stuff. And it kind of, like, you see how, like, the screen will get a little bit darker, and then you can see things better. Everything glows. It's a lot easier to track things. I think after I hit one of these deers, I spent, like, gosh, what was it, like 15 minutes just trying to track him down. And then he was still kind of, he was still alive, and then he saw me and he took off running again, and then I followed him a little bit more, and I finally found him, and I hit him again with the second shot. And man, the hunting in this game is, I wouldn't say it's like super intense, but it is to the point where it's like, wow, man, this is pretty intuitive, man. I think that if you were just like a regular gamer, you never been hunting in your life, by the time you're done playing this game, I feel like you would learn enough to where you could possibly go out and do this. One thing that kind of bugs me a little bit about these things is, like, you know, just the hoof prints and stuff. I know on like Call of the Wild it would give you like this little triangle thing that kind of tells you which direction to go in, whereas this one here, so far it hasn't. Like I haven't found anything like that. And it's pretty freaking good, man. I like this game. I like how immersive it feels. I like how beautiful the environments are, and this map is freaking huge. And there's a whole nother map too. There's a Transylvania map, and all the footage that you're seeing in this is from the first area. Like I haven't even went to Transylvania yet. I am wanting to. So here's the thing, man. I love open world games. I love open world games. These things are fun to play. I love exploring, and this game is literally perfect for that. Literally perfect for exploring. It looks good. There's beautiful freaking scenery spots in this game. There is a photo mode, so you can like take photos and like, oh my gosh, some of these vistas and valleys and freaking tree lines, mountainsides, they are literally beautiful. Like it is pretty convincing for the most part. Like you can see right here, these rock faces and stuff, they do look gamey. Like some of it does look gamey, but when it looks good, it looks good. When it looks gamey, it's usually not too bad to where you're like, oh man, like it's usually not too bad. The trees look good. Now I'm telling you, like it is kind of a night and day difference going from quality mode to performance mode. One of them has really good freaking performance, and the other one looks so good. It's hard to decide seriously what one you want to play in. And I'm thankful that VRR makes it so you don't really have to. You don't have to. And this game looks beautiful, 4K, 1440p. And I know I already went over this, but I just wanted to stress that this game looks extremely good. Extremely good. Let's see what else. So this, I think that, yeah, this here's the deer I was just telling you about, the one that I hit and then I tracked for like 15 minutes. I left a pretty good chunk of this in there so you could kind of see. Now I am using the hunter sense, and as you can see, the blood kind of lights up. It'll start glowing like that, and then you just kind of keep following it, you know, checking it until you get to where you're going. I recommend going slow. You don't want to be going fast because it doesn't appear like these animals run way too far away from where you hit them, but they do go a little bit of distance. So it can make, you know, trying to figure out which way they go, because it doesn't really hold your hand or point you in the direction for the most part until you like. But up here, I was able to use my hunter sense, and then like you can follow the glowing. This is like right here when I learned this right here. Like I was looking down and you could see it all glowing down and through the trees and stuff. That's when I learned that happened. So, I mean, I'd played this game for a few hours before I even figured that out. And man, I'm so glad that this game doesn't hold your hand, because it kind of just forces you to get in there and look around. So there's another thing that I want to touch on. When you're looking through your binoculars or your scope, it has a ping button on the right bumper. You can ping wherever you're looking at, and then it'll tell you how many yards away, and then you can zero in your scope so that you can so that you're within that shot. Trust me, I tried a few shots without even zeroing it in, and oh yeah, you're way off. So when you zero it in, man, just the way that system works, like you can ping things and then get your distance and stuff. Like I'll show you right here. I'll be like, I'm scoping out these deers, trying to find the one that I hit, and right when I notice him, I ping him. I think he's right there. There's my guy with the horn. So I ping him, but I was unable to get this guy before he like saw me and he took off. He's gonna see me like right here, and then he's gonna take off. Like he sees me, and then boom, he starts taking off. So I had to follow him some more so that I could so I could get him, you know, but you could still like track his blood trail and stuff. This game is pretty cool. And then I'll show you here in just a second. Like I'll be showing you in a second. There's like this. It's not like a bullet cam per se, but like when you finally find, you know, the carcass, you know, the animal, then you can watch the trajectory, like how it goes and how it hits them, and it like scores you and everything like that. And it's pretty cool, man. I really like how much they like thought of this game, like all this different systems that they put in here. You could tell that a lot of love went into this project. I really do like this game, man. This is pretty incredible. You know, to be completely honest with you, I only played Call of the Wild like like a couple weeks ago, and then I was like, oh yeah, there's a new hunt game come out, and I was like, yeah, man, I gotta check that out. So I ended up, putting in to get some review code for this, and thankfully THQ was like, yeah, man, you can definitely, review that for us. And honestly, I wasn't expecting to get it as early as I did, but then they made it so we could drop the reviews like almost a week early. That's like pretty bold of them, to be able to do that. Like, I'm like, wow, man, this is actually pretty good. I know there's probably more stuff that you guys are going to want to know about this game. I left some pretty cool stuff in here for the rest of this video. Now, there is an actual story mode for this game. You will be able to play a story that will kind of like give you things to go do. Essentially, is what you're doing is you're here taking care of your grandpa's farm, hunting, whatever thing. I didn't really pay too much attention to the story stuff. I was out there just trying to get me some footage and learn the systems and doing all that stuff. But apparently, is what you're doing is you're out here hunting to fill orders for restaurants and stuff like that. So that kind of keeps it like interesting. Like, you're not just out here hunting for the sake of hunting. There's an actual story with things to like go out there and do. Like, you're gonna go out there and I was hunting quail, or I was hunting freaking duck or something like that. Like, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna fill these orders so that you can continue to buy equipment and to be able to upgrade your character. Now, there are some really cool settings in here. Not settings, but perks. They're called perks. And say, like, one of them's like, oh yeah, like walk 100 miles or something, and then it'll unlock a perk. Or shoot, a deer this many times with this, and it'll unlock a perk. Or drive 300 kilometers or something, and you'll start to unlock perks that will make your character better. So it's kind of technically like a hunting RPG with a pretty cool story. They do like the storyboard stuff with like this comic book thing. Like, it's pretty cool, man. Like, I think this game is a pretty solid freaking. This is a solid game, man. Like, I'm truly immersed in this game. Like, I want to play this. And tomorrow or tonight, because the review goes up this morning, so tonight after work, I do plan on doing a live stream questions and answers, Q&A on this game. If there's stuff that you guys want to know, or stuff that you want to see, or things like that, I'll be there to answer questions, and we can talk about this. You can interact with me. I try to read all the comments and interact with people while we're live streaming. If you're in, and especially if you're new here, I would definitely appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I try to cover a lot of these types of games, or a lot of games just in general, and like mainly like open world games, racing games, stuff like that. And this one here like literally fits it pretty perfect for me. Like, I love the way that this game looks. As you can see right now, like, look how freaking beautiful this game is. Like, it is literally freaking beautiful. I know it's a little bit dark, but man, I had to find this deer. It was getting dark, and I'm glad that I was able to find him and put him out of his rest, because yeah, this was a pretty good shot right here. Nice. And he went down just like that. I tracked that guy for over 15 minutes to get that. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Now you do get scored for how you do these and how you actually, like if you give them like a, what's it called? Gosh dang it, there's a word for it. It's called the, like, gosh dang it. It's something about like killing them quick, like take them out quick so they don't suffer. I forgot what I forgot that word. You know, I usually see. I'm not a big hunter in real life. Like I go like fishing and stuff, but I never really got into the hunting part of it. One thing I would like to, one thing I want to see, you know, as time goes on, I'm wondering if bow hunting will be a part of this game. So right here, I'm going to show you this bullet cam thing. I'm going to claim the animal, and then it shows you the trajectory of where the bullet penetrates the animal, and then all the different things that it goes through as it's traveling. So you'll hit like the skin, a bone, the spine, and then it looks like I hit another bone with that first shot. That was the first one that I hit him with way back over when I first started running. He ran all that way with that wound, which is pretty. That's a lot of pain that guy was in. So he was suffering a long time with that shot. So there's another one. If my so the shot 2. This one hit him in the skin, hit him in the bone, and hit him in the spine again, and that one essentially dropped him. But as you can see, grouping is pretty close. So then you can actually drive a Jeep in this game as well, which is pretty cool because this map is freaking huge. Like you see this right here, all these vistas as I'm driving down, and I mean this is freaking a really, really big map. It's huge. Like if you're driving, it takes a while to actually get to spots, but if you're walking, man, oh boy, this is a lot of walking. In this game. I mean, just look at this valley floor, man, between these mountain peaks. Like this looks pretty freaking realistic. When you're actually in the game and you're playing, like this looks pretty dang good. What we're doing right now is driving across to go get this story. This is like a story mission right now. We are going to get the deer. Really? Did I go? Oh, so yeah. So we're going over here to get like the this is a story. This is a story mission that we're doing. It's you go and you take out a deer. And then you can mount it up in the you can mount it up in its like this one here's a story mission where you want to do like a taxidermy thing, and do that. Like this is pretty cool, man. I'm learning a lot of terms and a lot of stuff playing these games, and it's pretty cool, man. Like this has actually got me thinking, like, man, maybe I should get into hunting. You know, this is pretty fun. You know, I mean, like. It's essentially camping with going to get food and stuff, man. Like that actually sounds kind of fun. This right here, like this right here, this is freaking so cool, man. I'm just gonna kind of be quiet and let this play out just so you can see this, because my gosh, man, the way this turned out was really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just be. Well, no, I'll talk you through it. So, like I was talking about, you know, like you ping, then you pull out your rifle. I'm gonna let you watch this one. I'm gonna let this one play out. Man, yeah, it took a second, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get him. Boom! So I get him, and then he runs, and he's running right at me, man. Oh my gosh, boom! Got him again. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, man. I love the physics of this. Now watch this right here, man. Oh, my gosh. It just runs right by me. Goodbye. Oh, there you go, buddy. That was such a freaking good shot, man. Oh, my gosh. It's moments like this in this game right here that literally are like, whoa, man, that was cool. Like when I did that, and you're looking at like the background and everything, and just how everything happens, it's like so surreal, and you're just like, wow, man, it just felt so vivid. And I wanted to bring you that little bit of footage. I'm just like, wow, man, wow, this is good. This is good. So now we're going to look at the first shot. Got him right here. Hit some organ. I didn't hit any organs, but I did get him in the lungs. Got him in the lungs a couple of times. And then we'll go over to the second shot. Got him freaking right in the heart, man. Got him right in the heart. Bloop. Dang, that was such a good shot. Such a good shot. He didn't have to suffer too long. But now you're going to taxidermy him. And then, so yeah, man. That right there was such a freaking cool moment in this game that just really gave me such a good thrill with this. So, the performance issues in the game, not a big deal if you have VRR. You will notice on both modes, if you're playing without a VRR screen, that does kind of suck. But like I said in the beginning, this does run all the way up to 120 frames. It appears in the performance mode, and up to 60 frames a second in the quality mode. Now this game is really good. This is really good. It's really fun. If you're into these hunting games, it might feel a little gamey to you, but at the same time, it might feel pretty good. Like I said, you can set the difficulty wherever you want. I'm going to give this game an 8.5. Just because of the fact that, like I said, some of the stuff, kind of feels, gamey. There's some issues, but this is early code. This is review code. I don't know if it's going to be getting a patch or not before launch. But if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the